नमस्कार एक बार फिर आप सभी का ज्यूरिस टॉक्स के अंदर। जैसा कि हम नए नए टॉपिक्स में बात करते हैं, तो आज का हमारा टॉपिक है तमिलनाडु के गवर्नर की कंट्रोवर्सी। कि क्या कंट्रोवर्सी चल रही है, वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट इट। सो देयर इज अ केस गोइंग ऑन बिटवीन स्टेट ऑफ तमिलनाडु वर्सेस गवर्नमेंट ऑफ तमिलनाडु, इन विच द गवर्नर ऑफ तमिलनाडु हैव withhold the assent of 10 bills with himself। जो गवर्नर है तमिलनाडु के, उन्होंने टोटल 10 बिल्स हैं वो अपने पास विदहोल्ड करके रख लिए हैं। उन्होंने उनको रिजर्व करके रख लिया है। ये अब नॉट पास्ड इट, उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया, अपने पास ये रिजर्व करके रख लिए।
Bills for president's assent is illegal and erroneous in law and liable to be set aside. Supreme Court has said the governor must act in aid and advice of the state legislature. But in fact, senior advocate Rakesh Dwivedi has reacted to this. He has stated the apex court has once again provided that governors must act according to their dignity and constitutional norms of parliamentary democracy, and then they should not frustrate the attempts of the state legislature to pass laws.
अब जब उन्होंने अपने पास रिजर्व करके रख लिए, then it had again gone back to the assembly, again reenacted in the same form. Then what he did, he had referred to the president under Article 200 and 201 of Indian Constitution. There is a timeline for withholding the assent for the bills: 1 month for any kind of normal bill, 3 months if the cabinet's advice is different from what the governor thinks. So in that case, it is 3 months. If the bill is again represented, then you are also having, or reenacted, then you are also having only 1 month for that.
His judgment is that this court not only set aside the actions of the governor in reserving the bills and sending them to the President of India after the bills had been passed second time by the legislature of Tamil Nadu. It has not only been set aside, they have not only been set aside, but this court has exercised its power under Article 142 and directed that all the 10 bills will be deemed to have.
So what are the constitutional powers which the governor is having regarding all the bills? If we talk about Article 200, let's talk about 4 powers which the government is having. First one is he can assent the bill. Secondly, he can withhold the assent. Third one, he can send back that bill for reconsideration. And the fourth thing, that he can reserve that bill for the president's reconsideration.
This big story, the Supreme Court's observations on this actions by the Tamil Nadu governor. Of course, a stringent order by the Supreme Court. It's a setback for Raj Bhavan in Tamil Nadu. And of course, reactions have come in on this story. You were hearing Rakesh Dwivedi there. Sambhav Sharma is joining us for more on this story.
If we talk about Article 201, in this case, it is to be talked about the bill which are to be referred to the president. So in that case, president is having the power to grant an assent to the bill. Second, withhold the bill. And if that bill is related to not the money but something else, or if we can say if it is a non-money bill, then in that case, the president can again send back that bill to the governor for the reconsideration of the people, and then he can take out the decision. And finally, the final decision of the president decision will be the final. Whatever he decides on that bill will be considered and will have to be accepted by all the people over there. And if the president passes that bill, then the legislative assembly have to accept it at any cost. Legislative assembly will have the time of 6 months to again reenact that bill and to think over it, and then they have to again send it to the president for his approval. If we talk about Article 207, then it says that no money bill will be introduced in the assembly without the consent of governor. अगर कोई भी मनी बिल है तो वो गवर्नर की कंसेंट के बिना असेंबली में इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं किया जा सकता, उनके रिकमेंडेशन के बिना इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं किया जा सकता. Rameshwas Prasad case 2006, in this Supreme Court have given their verdict that governor's power will be reviewed again and again so that he will not act arbitrarily, and it was a landmark judgment in that time.
For Tamil Nadu government in this matter has reacted on this whole issue, wherein the matter was the Tamil Nadu Governor R.N. Ravi withholding assent of the 10 bills passed by the State Assembly for consideration of the President. The Supreme Court has considered this as illegal, erroneous in law and liable to be set aside. These were the words of the top court of the country, underlining that the governor does not possess any discretion and has to be mandatorily act on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the Chief Minister. And this is a very important judgment, and it also marks a significant development in terms of the power of the governor of a state, and wherein the top court, the Supreme Court bench of Justice J.B. Padiwala and R. Madhavan clarified that the bill shall be deemed to be clear from the date it was represented to the governor. The Supreme Court said while delivering this judgment that the governor must assent to the bills produced before it in the second round. If the governor withhold its assent in the first round, then if the bill is again produced before the governor in the second round, then governor must assent to the bills produced before it. Only exception is that the bill is different from the first round, one in the second round. So the bill must be a bit different from the first bill wherein the governor withheld his assent, and in the second round, government must give his assent to the bills produced before him. And also, the top court has noted that the governor is obligated to adopt one course of action, either give his assent to the bills, or withhold the assent, or reserve for the consideration of the President of India. And also, the top court said that governor cannot withhold the assent and adopt concept of absolute veto, rather calling a pocket veto. So this is a very important judge of the top court of the country when it comes to decide the power of governor in a democratic setup, in a federal setup in India.
So, what are the key concerns related to the governor, related to his powers, related to the bills? So, the first one is impartiality. The concerns which they are having, that impartiality concerns, that means sometimes the people think that governor act or seen as the agents of ruling government. So, impartiality is a thing which comes into play over here. Second thing, questionable use of Article 356, which is to be said as emergency rule in state. Sometimes what the governor do, he just recommends president's rule without having any kind of floor test, and that's how, if the government or if the ruling party or if the ruling government is not in the favor of central government, then governor just recommends the president rule using Article 356. So that's how there is some problem over there also. Thirdly, overreach in state matters. स्टेट के मैटर्स के अंदर गवर्नर जनरली क्या करता है कि अपना इंटरफेरेंस धीरे धीरे करके उनके एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मैटर्स के अंदर बढ़ाने लग जाता है. सो दैट इज आल्सो नॉट राइट, बिकॉज द गवर्नर्स ड्यूटी टू चेक ओवर देयर, टू हैव एक्साइज ओवर देयर, बट द थिंग इज दैट they should not interfere in the government's matter. They should check or do all the administrative matters in their state. Fourth and the most important thing, lack of accountability. Because governor is directly responsible to the president. He does not have any kind of accountability or responsibility towards the state or state assembly. He doesn't have to answer any questions regarding that. So directly president से अगर आप accountable हो जाओगे. There are key committees which have been made in the past, and there are some recommendations which were given by them. First one was Sarkaria Commission, which came in the year of 1988. They have said that government should appoint governor in consultation with the chief minister of that state. बिल्कुल सही बात कही है. चीफ मिनिस्टर जिस स्टेट के लिए अगर आप अपॉइंट हो रहे हैं, उस स्टेट के सीएम से एटलीस्ट कंसल्टेशन तो हमें करना चाहिए, पर वो भी हम नहीं कर रहे. हम डायरेक्टली पावर सारी प्रेसिडेंट को दे रखी है. सेकंड थिंग इज गवर्नर्स रोल इन यूनिवर्सिटी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मैटर्स और यूनिवर्सिटी मैटर्स, क्योंकि गवर्नर ऑल्सो is a head of all the universities over there in the state. He takes care of each and everything. So जो गवर्नर का यूनिवर्सिटी के एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मैटर्स के अंदर जो इंटरफेरेंस है वो भी कम हो जाना चाहिए, लिमिटेड होना चाहिए. You should not interfere in each and every matter of the university. University is also having its own head, its chairman. They will take care of each and everything. So governor should focus on more on supervisory things rather than interfering into the administrative matter. After that, there was a Panchi Commission in the year of 2010. in which it was recommended that government should act on a bill within a limited time frame, and they have recommended that within 6 months you have to act on it, whether reject it or whether accept it, but there should be a final decision which should be given in the 6 months time frame.
Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's reaction. He has hailed this apex court verdict. While speaking in the Tamil Nadu Assembly, M.K. Stalin branded the order as historic. He claimed this is a big victory not only for Tamil Nadu but all state governments in the country. Sambhav Sharma continues to be live with us. Sambhav, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has reacted to this judgment. What has he said? Sambhav, are you able to hear me? Okay, we've lost his connection. More reactions by DM.
In this, we all knew that what the governor is doing is against the constitution. He is acting under the instructions from the BJP and the RSS. Now the Supreme Court has put the record straight. This is unprecedented and first time in the history the Supreme Court has used its extraordinary powers and passed the bills. It said it's deemed to be passed. It is a stinging slap for the governor. If he is a decent man, he would resign. He would resign and leave the state of Tamil Nadu. But we'll have to wait and see whether he will uphold the constitutional principles, the morality that is expected out of him. We have been saying this. The BJP is, in all the opposition ruled states, the BJP is using the office of the governor to poke, to undermine the state governments, especially the opposition ruled states. And here,
so what are the measures from which we can address the government and state disputes? First thing is impeachment of governor. It is to be seen by the president, but according to the recommendation of Panchi Commission, it should be a state process. अगर आप state के लिए काम कर रहे हैं, तो state की process होनी चाहिए, rather than being involving the executive head of the country. Rather than we should make it a state process that will make things much more easier and comfortable, and we can make the governor more accountable towards the state. Secondly, we should amend Article 163, which gives discretionary power, and if we will limitize or if we will amend Article 63, then the powers of the governor, the president, each and everyone who are interfering into the administrative matters, उनकी powers limited हो जाएगी. Limited होने से काफी चीजें easy और resolving हो जाएंगी. There should be clear guidelines for imposing president's rule. क्योंकि अभी भी प्रेसिडेंट रूल कैसे इंपोज हो रहा है, किस तरीके से, क्या गाइडलाइन है, those are not clear with us. अगर वो चीजें क्लियर नहीं होंगी तो चीज का एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव मैटर जो प्रॉब्लम चल रही हैं अभी भी कंटिन्यूअसली बिटवीन द गवर्नर एंड द स्टेट, इट विल नेवर गेट रिजॉल्व्ड. सो उस चीजों को प्रॉपरली मैनेज करने के लिए वी नीड टू हैव अ प्रॉपर impeachment process, or we can say there should be also proper imposing of Article 356. By that we can manage the things very well. Last but not the least, review of gubernatorial contract, which means governor का contract. एक complete review process होता रहना चाहिए time to time, so that governor exercise his power not in a discretionary way, rather than in a reasonable way. That is very much required over here. Because अगर आप power अपने discretionary matter arbitrary तरीके से इस्तेमाल करोगे तो power का misuse होगा, वो हमें नहीं चाहिए. Because we need to work in harmony. The preamble of our Indian Constitution talks about harmony, fraternity. So we should talk about unity rather than getting disbanded. So that's how we wrap up our today's topic over here, which was about Tamil Nadu governor's powers controversy. So I hope you got some knowledge about it. And if you are having any kind of suggestions, just let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching us. Till then, see you, take care, bye bye, thank you.